Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to Hobby Hi-Fi. Well, this is my fourth video of the day, and I'm still not happy with the other three. And it's been like an hour, maybe 2 hours later after uploading. And then you see the results of your video and you think to yourself, this is lousy. The audio on my previous video was actually quite good. The video, not so much. I had scaled down the rear camera to 1280 by 720 or whatnot, which is the lower baseline of high def, but it really didn't look that good when it came out to watching it back on YouTube when I went to my channel after it was all uploaded, which took, 10 or 15 minutes. Uh, so I'm going to reshoot it again for the fourth time today. The first two times my errors were the fact that I was using portrait mode instead of landscape mode. The next error I made, since I'm out of practice, is that I was constantly covering the microphone on the bottom, very bottom edge of this phone, which is possible is because of the fact that it's not currently in a case. And I realized this about halfway through that if the camera was in a case, I may be less prone to pressing the Bixby button, which in this case, on this Samsung S9, completely shuts down my video, which I did twice. So my video shut off in the middle, which means I would have to piece together two videos to make any sense of this, which my video editing skills are not up to par. And also, I just continuously kept putting my fingers on the bottom, very bottom edge where the microphone is, blocking the microphone, thereby muffling the sound. So, oh boy, a lot of changes, as you fall out of practice, a couple weeks go by and you don't do a video. I've been busy with some other things, but I have been working on a lot of computer stuff, and I was able to get my this here Raspberry Pi up and running. So I wanted to show you that. And so we're going to take this video based on a higher resolution, and we're going to try to shorten it down just a tad. The previous video will be more thorough, but will not look as good as this one, I'm assuming. And I'm hoping that this also the quality of this video is not being affected by the low rate micro SD card that I have installed in this phone right now, because that's what I'm choosing to have the video stored on as I'm starting to run out of room. And I've had this phone for, I think, maybe 4 years now. So I'm hoping with a little bit of light, a little bit better light, and with a little enhanced resolution on my settings, and with also a couple of setting changes, one of which was called, for some reason, it wouldn't allow me to select image stabilization, which I have no idea why. I noticed the focus on the previous video was not working very well, and there was a focus setting, but I don't recall what it was, but I turned that off because whatever it was not working. And also there was a setting called a rich tone, or HDR, which I believe is a high dynamic range situation. Now, my phone is currently at 5%, so I'd also like to see, my phone is going to die, and I'd like to see, even though my brightness on this display just dimmed a couple of notches, I'm hoping that it still will continue to take a somewhat clear video as the phone sort of dies. So I'm just going to take up the next couple of minutes and see if I can't drag this setting a little bit and boost up my brightness again, since it's on the dying mode. Okay, and then go back. All right, that looks good. Sorry for the jiggling. And then just try to take another zoom in with a little better light and see if we can't see the inputs and outputs of this Raspberry Pi a little clearer. There's no reason that it shouldn't be clear. But the last video definitely was not clear. So as you can see on the lower left, You've got your power input, which is a USB-C input, which is a excellent new protocol that we've switched to, that most of our cell phones are using, that allows us to plug that wire in, pretty robust wire that can be connected in any orientation. Two HDMI ports that you can see, outputs, one of which is going out to our monitor, and the other output is an analog audio output that you can use for a microphone, or you can use that for a phono or a stereo plug out to a couple of powered speakers, and use it that way. And let's see, on this side, hopefully, if this will focus a little better this time, our light is on the other side, so it's not going to be great, but you can tell you've got 4 different USB ports here, and 2 of which are USB 2.0 and 2 of which are USB 3.0. And if I move my light, that may help me focus a little bit. And over here on the far right, you can see an Ethernet port, which will allow you to wire this Raspberry Pi directly to your router, and in most cases increase your speed and your throughput. Interestingly enough, before this phone dies, and I'm going to cut this off relatively quickly, but this Raspberry Pi is a Raspberry Pi 4, and it has 2 gigabytes of RAM, and these also came in 4 gigabyte and 8 gigabyte iterations, I believe. And so I'm just going to upload this video, and let's see if I forgot to show you the front micro SD card down at the very bottom there. And that's where you would plug your chip in after you've got your operating system loaded, and everything happens from there. So your choice of a good micro SD card, a nice fast one, is going to most likely affect the speed of your operating system quite a bit, and so it's preferred to run something that's as fast as you can afford. And there's a lot of particulars to the Raspberry Pi system, but overall it's a nice system, and it comes built in with VLC as a video player, and so that's what I've used to be able to play audio and have it hooked up to a web interface, which means that I can control it with my phone. And so all of the songs that are on my hard drive here, my external hard drive, will pipe through the operating system and can be accessed using an app called VDirect on the other side, and can control this completely using your phone from outside or another room using the Wi-Fi signals instead of Bluetooth, which is much preferred for distance. Although the Raspberry Pi does, in fact, contain a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi as well. So you can really, it's got a lot of features for such a small little gig here. So thanks for watching. Before the phone dies, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to try to upload it, and hopefully the video quality is a little better so that you can see this magical little computer in higher resolution. And I'll be checking my settings, checking my cards, dotting my I's. Thank you for watching today, and thank you for subscribing. I see I have 4 new subscribers, and I didn't know anything about it after a couple of weeks staying busy. I didn't even know, but thank you, folks. You're the 4 of you for subscribing to this channel so that you can get automatic updates of what we're doing here. Talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Have a good day.